Your science is FDA approved. Your commercial strategy is ready. But your incentive compensation plan is about to act like an autoimmune disease, attacking the very behaviors you need to launch. I've observed a pattern across multiple biotech organizations. By shifting from volume-based to barrier-based incentives during launch, one organization improved time to peak sales by roughly 20% in the first 2 quarters. But the industry average? A recent 2024 survey shows 89% of life science companies are actively redesigning their plans because the old models are failing. If you're launching a product in the next 12 months, do not skip this video. This video is for biotech commercial leaders who are scared that their sales team is going to treat a complex biologic launch like they're selling generic ibuprofen. I'm going to answer 2 questions. Why does a big pharma comp plan destroy a biotech launch? And how do you engineer a plan that rewards access and education before revenue? Here's the reality. You hired expensive specialty reps. You want them to be consultative partners, but your comp plan pays them to be coin-operated volume chasers. According to ZS Associates, 70% of organizations do not allow customization in their incentives. They force a tank class character to play like a rogue. In a pattern I've observed across multiple commercial launches, companies that fail to adjust for this role mismatch see high turnover and slow uptake. You'll leave this video with the biotech comp architecture, a specific framework to align pay with patient access. I'm Brad Norton. AI tools are everywhere. Critical thinking isn't. After 7 years of director-level pharmaceutical and biotech commercial operations, I've observed the same patterns repeat across multiple organizations. I help sales leaders adopt specification-driven development that turns hope into systematic execution. This channel is where I reverse engineer the science of high-performance commercial teams so you can build one that survives the patent cliff. Well, here's the paradox. Biotech sales aren't about closing. They are about solving. Think of it like this. Think of this like bioengineering. If you are trying to edit a gene to cure a disease, the sale, but your enzyme, the rep, is programmed to attack the wrong protein sequence, you don't get a cure. You get a cytotoxic event. In our world, the big pharma model is a volume flow, high frequency, low complexity. The biotech model is barrier removal, high complexity, low frequency. If you incentivize a rare disease rep on call volume, you're creating friction. They will annoy a few specialists that you need to court. ZS Associates' recent research confirms this. 75% of healthcare professionals trust your clinical data, but only 25% trust you as a partner. Why? Because your reps are pushing products when the HCP needs help navigating prior authorizations. The mental model for today is access versus volume. I've observed this pattern across multiple biotech organizations. If you pay for scripts before you pay for access, your launch stalls. The fix isn't more money, it's metric alignment. We aren't guessing here. Let's look at the industry signal. Signal 1, the profitability pivot. The Alexander Group 2024 survey shows a massive shift. Profitability is now the #1 driver for plan design changes, overtaking pure growth. In biotech, this means we can't just pay for top-line revenue if the cost of sale is unsustainable. We need efficient growth. Signal 2, the patient centricity gap. ZS Associates found that healthcare professionals are 80% more likely to prescribe if they perceive the company as genuinely patient-focused. But here's the kicker. Standard comp plans reward prescriptions, not patient focus. The folly of rewarding A while hoping for B is alive and well. Signal 3, the customization failure. While 98% of companies offer hybrid workplaces, ZS reports that 70% fail to customize incentives for different roles. You cannot pay for an MSL, a medical science liaison, a CAM, key account manager, and a territory rep with the exact same math. In my experience, facilitating these transformations, the most successful biotechs separate these roles into distinct metric kits. To dive deeper, check out the ZS report and human-centric incentive plans. It's linked below. Here's how to apply specification-driven design to a biotech comp plan. Phase 1, empathize. This is role separation. You need to treat your sales force like an RPG party. You need different classes. You have the hunter, which is the territory rep, focused on new patient starts. You have the tank, the CAM, focused on formulary access and large system navigation. You have the healer, or the MSL. They're focused on education. Now, here's a critical note. Every stage data confirms that MSLs have much higher base salaries and should never be tied to direct sales volume due to compliance. Phase 2 is specificity, the launch kit. I've encountered this pattern across multiple launches. Volume metrics fail in year 1. Instead, build a launch kit weighed on leading indicators. Metric A, the account access formulary wins, which is the gate. Metric B, patient enrollment speed, which is the flow. Metric C, adherence and compliance rates, which is the stickiness. Phase 3, pilot. Incentive-based trends point to real-time incentive tracking as a must-have. Before you roll out a plan, run a shadow pilot. Take your last quarter's data. Run it through the new launch kit logic. Does your top performer still win? If your best solver makes less money than your best yeller, your algorithm is flawed. Phase 4, operationalize. You must communicate the why. Alexander Group found that communicating the plan in month 1 is a best practice. Late rollouts kill morale. Give them a calculator. If they can't calculate their bonus on a napkin in a Starbucks, it's too complex. When organizations implement this barrier-based approach, here's the pattern I've observed. Scenario A, the rare disease launch. In a pre-commercial organization preparing for a rare disease launch, I observed that shifting 40% of the variable comp to patient identification and access metrics, rather than scripts, result in faster uptake curves. The reps stopped annoying doctors for scripts and started helping them find undiagnosed patients. Scenario B, the mature biotech. In a pattern repeated across larger organizations, moving to a profitability focus, as suggested by the Alexander Group data, by capping travel costs and incentivizing hybrid engagement, they actually increased healthcare professional satisfaction scores. The cultural impact? Healthcare professionals felt the difference. ZS Associates notes that providers value reps who act as mainstays, not messengers. When your comp plan aligns with that, your reps stop being vendors and start being partners. The pattern repeats. Align pay with solving, and the selling handles itself. Now, before you redesign your plan, check these pitfalls. Pitfall 1, the capped upside trap. Every stage warns that commission-only plans are rare and dangerous in pharma due to compliance. However, for your salary plus commission rep, capping the upside is a morale killer. I've seen top performers sandbag or hide patients for the next quarter the moment they hit their cap. Don't punish success. Pitfall 2, ignoring the hybrid reality. ZS data shows that 50% of healthcare professionals prefer digital interactions. If your comp plan only rewards face-to-face calls, you are paying your reps to annoy half your customers. You must incentivize omni-channel engagement, rewarding the right interaction, not just the physical one. Pitfall 3, complexity overload. Alexander Group notes that productivity and quotas are the #1 design challenge. If your plan requires a PhD in statistics to understand, it has zero motivational value. Today, We used bioengineered principles to fix your incentive compensation. If you want the Biotech Launch Comp Simulator I mentioned, grab a link in the description. I'm providing it free of charge. If you find value in this specification-driven approach to biotech commercialization, don't forget to subscribe to Norton Design Lab. And here's your Monday morning action plan. Audit. Look at your top 3 farmers versus hunters. Does their pay mix match their job? Survey. Ask your folks, does our plan reward solving problems or just pushing product? Pilot. Run the shadow calc on your next quarter's data. Thanks so much for watching. Keep innovating, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.